Ladies and gentlemen, success starts in the mind. For 21 days, I want you to talk to yourself in a way that builds you up, strengthens you, and pushes you forward. You see, the words you speak to yourself are shaping your destiny. Most people talk themselves out of success before they even begin. They tell themselves they're not good enough, not smart enough, not capable. But I say, flip the script. For the next 21 days, I want you to make a commitment. Speak words that fuel your growth, your confidence, and your results. Because if you don't, who will? The first 7 days, you reprogram your thinking. You start every morning with words of power. I am disciplined. I am focused. I am capable. Opportunities are coming my way. I will outwork, outlearn, and outperform. You plant these words like seeds. And here's the secret. You don't have to believe them right away. Just keep saying them. Now you add fuel to the fire. You remind yourself, I have everything I need to succeed. Challenges make me stronger. I am becoming the person who deserves success. You stop letting fear be the loudest voice in your head. You replace doubt with certainty. You stop making excuses and start making progress. By now, you feel different, you talk different, you walk different. Because you've been programming your mind with the right words. Now, you say, I am unstoppable. I expect great things to happen. Success is my new normal. And guess what? The world responds to you differently because you have changed. My friends, this isn't just some exercise. It's a transformation. Try this for 21 days, just 21 days, and watch what happens. Your thoughts will shift, your confidence will grow, and your results will follow. But here's the good news. If negative words can bring you down, positive words can lift you up just as fast. Imagine waking up in the morning and saying to yourself, today is going to be a great day. I am strong. I am capable. I am ready for any challenge. Say that enough times, and guess what? You'll start to feel it. Your energy will rise, your confidence will grow, and suddenly you'll carry yourself differently. Now, this isn't just about what others say to you. It's about what you say to yourself. Some people wake up every day and feed themselves words of doubt. I'm not good enough. I always mess things up. Life is hard. And then they wonder why they feel tired, unmotivated, and stuck. But those who win, those who succeed, they understand that emotions follow words. So they speak words that create power. I will figure this out. I am getting better every day. The best is yet to come. And here's the key. This isn't about ignoring reality. It's about choosing how you respond to it. Life will always have challenges, but if you control your words, you control how you feel. And if you control how you feel, you control how you respond. And that, my friends, is how you take charge of your life. If you want to change your life, start by changing the way you talk to others, but more importantly, to yourself. Words are not just sounds. They are instructions to your mind. They direct your focus, shape your emotions, and ultimately determine your actions. That's why it's so important to discipline your language. Most people speak carelessly. They say things like, I'm always broke. I can never get ahead. Nothing ever works out for me. And then they wonder why life keeps reinforcing those very things. It's because the mind listens. Whatever you repeatedly say, your brain starts to believe. And whatever it believes, it works to make true. Now, here's what successful people do differently. They are careful with their words. They don't speak defeat. They don't dwell on limitations. Instead, they choose words that move them forward. They say, I'm finding a way. I am learning. My best days are ahead of me. Even in tough situations, they don't reinforce the problem. They focus on the solution. But here's the catch. This takes discipline. It's easy to slip into negativity. It's easy to say what feels convenient in the moment. But discipline means choosing your words with intention, even when it's hard. It means replacing I can't with I will figure it out. Swapping I'm tired with I am energized and ready. Because what you say over and over eventually becomes your reality. So the challenge is simple. Listen to yourself. Pay attention to the words you use every day. Are they words of growth or limitation, strength or weakness, possibility or excuse? Because your words are either building you up or tearing you down. Speak wisely. Repetition is a powerful force. It's how we learn, how we grow, and how we build the beliefs that shape our lives. You see, the mind doesn't just accept something the first time it hears it. It needs to be told over and over again. That's how habits are formed. That's how confidence is built. That's how belief takes root. Think about it. When you were a child learning to walk, you didn't get it right the first time. You stumbled, you fell, you got back up. But here's the key. You kept going. And with each attempt, your mind started to believe, I can do this. The same principle applies to everything in life. You don't wake up one day overflowing with confidence, discipline, or success. You develop those things by reinforcing them day after day through repeated action and repeated words. Now, here's where most people go wrong. They repeat the wrong things. They tell themselves, I'm not good enough. I always fail. I'll never get ahead. And after saying it enough times, they start to believe it. Not because it's true, but because repetition made it feel true. But here's the good news. You can flip the script. You can start repeating something new. You can say, I am capable. I am improving. I am destined for great things. And at first, it might feel unnatural. You might not believe it. But if you say it long enough, your mind will start to accept it. It will look for ways to prove it. And before you know it, you'll be acting differently, thinking differently, and seeing different results. That's why success isn't about a single moment. It's about what you do consistently. Because repetition doesn't just create habits. It doesn't just create skill. It creates belief. And once you believe something, truly believe it, your actions will follow. And when your actions align with belief, that's when real transformation begins. Your words set the tone for your life. They define your expectations, establish your mindset, and create the standard you operate from. If you listen closely, you'll notice that people's words tell you everything about them, what they believe they deserve, how they see themselves, and what kind of future they're creating. Some people go through life speaking in limitations. I'm just trying to get by. I'm not that lucky. I'll never have that kind of success. And without realizing it, they're lowering their own standard. They're telling their mind, this is as far as I go. And because the mind follows instructions, their life never rises above the level of their words. But those who win in life speak differently. They set a higher standard, not just in what they do, but in what they say. They don't speak in excuses. They speak in expectations. They don't say, I hope things get better. They say, I am making things better. They don't say, I'll try. They say, I will. And because they hold themselves to a higher standard with their words, their actions follow. Now, this isn't about arrogance or empty affirmations. It's about setting a foundation. It's about deciding that your words will work for you, not against you. Because when you speak with certainty, you think with certainty. When you think with certainty, you act with confidence. And when you act with confidence, you produce results that match the standard you've set. So take a close look at the words you use every day. Are they setting a standard of excellence, of growth, of determination? Or are they keeping you stuck? Because one thing is certain, whatever standard you set with your words, that's the standard your life will rise or fall to. Every single day, you have a fresh opportunity to program your mind. You're not stuck with yesterday's doubts, last week's failures, or last year's mistakes, unless you choose to be. Because every morning when you wake up, you have a decision to make. Will you fill your mind with thoughts that move you forward, or will you replay the same old story that's been holding you back? The mind is like a computer. Whatever you program into it, that's what it runs. If you feed it fear, hesitation, and excuses, it will operate from fear, hesitation, and excuses. If you fill it with confidence, discipline, and belief, it will operate from confidence, discipline, and belief. It doesn't judge, it just follows the instructions it's given. And those instructions come from the words you speak, the thoughts you focus on, and the habits you repeat. Now, here's the best part. No matter where you've been, you can reprogram your thinking starting today. It doesn't matter if you've spent years doubting yourself. It doesn't matter if you've let fear run the show. The past doesn't have to dictate the future. But you have to be intentional. You have to take control of the words you say to yourself, the conversations you allow, and the thoughts you entertain. You can't just hope for better thinking, you have to train it. Every morning, you tell yourself, I am capable, I am strong, I am becoming the person who deserves success. Every time fear creeps in, you replace it with, I can handle this, I will find a way. And every night you remind yourself, today was progress, tomorrow I'll grow even more. Success isn't an event, it's a process. And that process starts in your mind every single day. So the question is, what are you programming? Because the thoughts you plant today will become the life you live tomorrow. What you speak, you attract. It's one of the simplest yet most powerful principles in life. Your words don't just describe your reality, they create it. Every time you open your mouth, you're either reinforcing the life you want or the one you're trying to escape. You've seen it happen. Some people go through life constantly talking about their problems. Nothing ever works out for me. I can't catch a break. I'm always struggling. And what happens? Life gives them more of the same. Not because they're cursed, not because the universe is against them, but because they've trained their mind to focus on lack, on struggle, on limitation. And when that's your focus, that's what you recognize, that's what you expect, and that's what you create. But then there are those who speak differently. They walk into a challenge and say, this is an opportunity. They face setbacks and declare, this is temporary. I will figure this out. They don't ignore reality, but they choose to speak in a way that attracts solutions, not more problems. And over time, life responds to that kind of thinking. Now, this isn't magic. It's mindset. It's how the brain works. What you repeat, you reinforce. What you reinforce, you believe. And what you believe, you act on. If you keep saying, I am growing, I am learning, I am getting stronger, you start looking for ways to prove it true. You start seeing possibilities you once overlooked, and before you know it, you're moving in a different direction. Not because the world changed, but because you did. So the challenge is simple. Listen to yourself. Pay attention to the words you use daily, because whether you realize it or not, you are making a request with every sentence you speak. Make sure you're requesting the right things. A strong mindset isn't something you wake up with one morning. It's something you build brick by brick, day by day. Just like a muscle, it grows through repetition, resistance, and persistence. You don't develop mental toughness by avoiding challenges. You develop it by facing them. Every time you push through discomfort, every time you refuse to quit, every time you get back up after a setback, you're strengthening that mindset. You're proving to yourself that you can handle more than you thought. Now, here's the mistake most people make. They expect instant results. They think that reading one book, attending one seminar, or making one decision will give them unshakable confidence and discipline. But that's not how it works. A strong mindset is like a fortress. You don't build it in a day, but if you lay a stone every single day, before long, you've created something powerful. And here's something even more important. Just like a muscle, if you stop training your mind, it weakens. If you let negativity take over, if you allow doubt to creep in, if you accept excuses instead of pushing forward, that mindset you work so hard to build starts to crumble. That's why this is a lifelong process. You don't just build it once, you maintain it, you reinforce it, and you keep making it stronger. So if you ever feel like giving up, remind yourself, this is part of the process. Growth isn't always obvious. Strength isn't always felt in the moment. But every time you choose discipline over comfort, every time you push through doubt, every time you take action when you don't feel like it, you're adding another layer to that mindset. And one day you'll look back and realize you've become unshakable. Not because it happened overnight, but because you made the decision to build it one day at a time. The world listens to the way you speak to yourself, not just in words, but in attitude, in presence, in the energy you carry. You may not realize it, but every day you're sending a message about what you expect, what you believe, and what you think you deserve, and the world responds accordingly. Some people walk through life speaking to themselves in defeat. I'm not good enough. I'll never succeed. I don't have what it takes. And here's what happens. The world believes them. People pick up on that energy. Opportunities seem to pass them by, not because they aren't capable, but because they've already decided the outcome before they even step up to the plate. But those who win, those who achieve, speak to themselves differently. They don't wait for the world to validate them. They don't rely on someone else to believe in them first. No, they decide. They tell themselves, I am worthy. I am capable. I will figure this out. And because they carry themselves with that belief, the world takes notice. People respect them. Doors open. Not because they're luckier than anyone else, but because they have set the standard for how the world will treat them. Now here's the key. You can't just say it once and expect everything to change. Just like training a muscle, you have to reinforce it daily. Every morning, every challenge, every setback, you remind yourself, I am stronger than this. I am growing. I am moving forward. Because if you don't shape your own internal dialogue, the world will shape it for you. So take control of the way you speak to yourself, because whether you realize it or not, the world is listening, and it will respond to whatever you keep repeating. Speak wisely. The world listens to the way you speak to yourself, not just in words, but in how you carry yourself, in the decisions you make, in the way you respond to challenges. Your internal dialogue is shaping your external reality more than you might realize. You see, people pick up on the energy you project. If you constantly tell yourself, I'm not good enough, I always fail, or I'll never get ahead, you start to embody those words. Your posture changes. Your confidence weakens. Your actions become hesitant. And guess what? The world responds accordingly. Opportunities seem to slip away. People treat you at the level you treat yourself, not because they see your thoughts, but because they see the results of them. But the opposite is also true. When you tell yourself, I am capable, I am resourceful, I can handle whatever comes my way, you carry yourself with strength. Your words program your actions shape your results, and before you know it, the world starts treating you differently, not because it changed, but because you did. Now here's the real secret. This isn't about pretending or faking confidence. It's about conditioning your mind every single day. Just like a muscle, self-belief is built through repetition. The more you reinforce positive, powerful words within yourself, the more they become second nature. The more they become second nature, the more the world responds in kind. So the challenge is this: listen to how you speak to yourself. If you wouldn't say it to someone you respect, don't say it to yourself. Because whether you realize it or not, the world is always listening, and it will treat you exactly the way you've trained yourself to be treated. The world listens to the way you speak to yourself. It hears your tone, your confidence, your certainty, or your hesitation, your doubt, your fear. Whether you realize it or not, the way you talk to yourself is shaping the way the world responds to you. You see, people don't just react to what you say, they react to the energy behind it. If you walk around telling yourself, I'm not good enough, I never get a break, I don't deserve success, those words don't just stay in your mind. They show up in your posture, in your decisions, in your presence. And people can sense it. The world sees what you project, and it tends to agree with you. But those who rise, those who succeed, speak to themselves differently. They don't wait for outside validation. They don't wait for someone else to believe in them first. No, they decide. They wake up and tell themselves, I am strong. I am capable. I am making things happen. And because they repeat it often enough, they begin to believe it. And once they believe it, the world has no choice but to believe it too. Now, understand this. It's not about arrogance or pretending. It's about setting the tone for your own life. If you speak to yourself with confidence, you'll act with confidence. If you speak to yourself with doubt, you'll hesitate, and hesitation kills opportunity. So pay attention to the words you tell yourself every day, because whether you realize it or not, the world is listening, and it will always take you at your own word.